16. Genesis 1, verse 14 through 16.
And God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night.
Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to divide the day from the night. Right? Come on.
And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
Heard it? For signs, seasons, days, and years. That's them lights or them lesser lights he gave, moon and the stars. Let them be for what? Read again.
And let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years.
And for years. So this is how our forefathers kept track of time. That's how they did it. It wasn't the calendar you see today, right? Because man can't tamper with this. Man can tamper with your perception of time, right, but not the ordinances that the Lord put out. They can't tamper with that. Right. All right, you got something to say?
World War II, the man also used 1,000 years. So tell where you were, what kind of day it was,
right,
sailing, what you were land. Right. That's 1,000 years.
Right, exactly. They used to have sundials and all that. You know what I'm saying? When the sun cast a certain shadow on the ground, they knew what time it was. Right? All right, come on, Hebrew.
And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule by night.
So what's the greater light that rules the day? The sun. So what's the lesser light? Moon. There you go. There you go. The Lord put all that out there for us to keep track of time. All right, come on, Hebrew.
He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth and to rule over the day and over the night.
Huh? So you gotta speak up, Will.
And to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning was the fourth day.
So that was the fourth day when the sun, moon, stars, the greater light, the lesser light, and all that was put down there. But we see that it was given for us to keep track of time. Years, weeks, days, months, all that. Why? Because it would be based off these ordinances that we would know when was the certain month of the Lord when we would go to feast here or feast there. That's how we kept track of time. Right? And that same ordinance is still happening ever since the Lord ordained it back then. So they can't tamper with nothing. You got something?
Yeah, I just want to make comments to this to clear up. I heard you say that it was created because man sinned, or who's just somebody?
I said that.
Who said it?
See, I said that, and based on the deal is, everything was already set up. The Most High always had plan A, and He's already got plan B set up. Just like Deuteronomy 28, 1 through 15 is plan A. If you fail on that, plan B is 15 through 68. It's going to be hard. It's going to be tall. Like when you read the lost books, Adam and Eve didn't even know what a sun was. When it first hit him, he thought he was catching on fire. Right. Because he was in paradise at first, where there's no need for shade trees. Right. There's no need for time. Outside of the kingdom is where the sun and the moon dwell, because he can't be in the kingdom because people worship sun and moon. Right. So he's not going to have it where he's at. He don't share his glory. He's not going to share it with the ordinances or anything else. So inside the kingdom, where Adam and Eve were inside of paradise, they did not experience the sun and the moon until they were cast out.
Yeah, because it was already a light in the beginning of Genesis. It's before these lights were even created. So what's that light?
That was day and night.
There you go. Let's get this. Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 43, 1 through 8. Go get to the sun and moon again.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So was it a night and a day of paradise?
Yeah. Well, what you call night and day, it was twilight. That was it. It's called twilight. It's what we call night because there's times you have to sleep, but night and day is being conscious And then when you go to sleep, you're unconscious. That's why David say, in Psalm 1, I will meditate day and night. Night means when you sleep, when you're unconscious. Right. So that's what it is in the kingdom. There will be times you will go to sleep. You'll lay down and go to sleep. But you're in paradise. So there's a difference from this day and night that we're under. Right. Inside the kingdom, there's a different night. It means when you're unconscious in your sleep. So we're getting prepared for that because we have to get prepared for the kingdom. We have to know what night meditation means. Right. That means do not sin in your sleep. If you sin in your sleep, you got to pay a price. That's what Deuteronomy 23:10 and all the other ones tell you about. That if you sin in your sleep, you lusting after things you ought not. Things that happen to your physical body in your sleep. You wake up terrified. You know, you have to wake up with your sleep sweet. It's because you've been meditating in the night. Different from the unconscious man that don't know who the Most High is. Right. Sun and moon is his night and day.
Right, exactly. Go ahead.
So when the new kingdom come down, those on the outside of the kingdom, will they have the moon and the sun?
Absolutely, because everything gonna go back to where because most I say you get no rain in due season. Right. But they are outside of the kingdom.
Right.
So the moon is established forever.
They're going to come to worship in front of the kingdom.
But inside the kingdom itself, no ordinances.
Right.
And we have to hit that in Revelation, but I'm right now.
Yeah, let's get to this. Ecclesiastes 43, 1 through 8.
Go ahead. I want you to go back to your 12:01. And then the Most High gave us commandments that we must keep. And this is things that they set up that we may miss things. And at the end of each of those, like verse 8, and then the verse you just read, then the evening and the morning, not 12:01, which we are accustomed to, but we must follow the laws of the land. The laws of the land says 12:01 is the next day. But being ahead of that, we know that the evening is the next day.
6 hours previous.
Right.
That's 6 hour gap. Let's get into this. Ecclesiastes 43. We're reading out of the Apocrypha. You may call it Sirach,
which is part of the 1611 King James Bible. The Apocrypha was in it. Right? It's the books between Malachi and Matthew. Goes into the history when the Greeks was running Israel, amongst other prophets. All right? Let's get this.
Ecclesiastes chapter 43, verse 1. Everybody there? The pride of the height, the clear firmament, the beauty of heaven with his glorious show. The sun when it appeared, declaring at his rising a marvelous instrument, the work of the Most High. At noon it parched the country.
Like high noon, you know, that's the hottest, ain't it? Like high noon. It's supposed to be so-and-so degrees. They say at noon it parched the country. Right, come on, Negro.
And who can abide the burning heat thereof? Verse 4. A man blowing a furnace is in works of heat, but the sun burneth the mountains 3 times more, breathing out fiery vapors and sending forth bright beams. It dimmeth the eyes. I'm sorry. That make you squint.
Make you squint. That's that greater light you read about in Genesis 1. To rule the day. That's that what you know is the sun.
Like you see people riding down the street with that sun. The sun in their eyes.
You squint, right?
Look at me.
Right, come on, Negro.
Verse 5. Great is the Lord that made it, and at his commandment it runneth hastily.
Flat out, so the moon, like you got people that worship moon, stars, and sun, right? But they're not the creator. They was put up there in their ordinance by the true creator. Right. They're not supposed to worship the creation. Worship the creator, right? There's a lot of philosophy set up under moon worship, what we call Islam. There'll be Sunday worship or sun worship, right? A lot of that's going on. Right, come on, Hebrew.
Verse 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of time.
You heard that? For a what?
Declaration of time.
The moon was set up for a declaration of time. So you know how to declare the time. This is knowledge that we have. Right. It's all in the Bible. Right? Come on.
And a sign of the world. From the moon is the sign of feast.
From the moon is the sign of what? Feast. That's how you know when the feast of the Lord. Right? It's based off when the moon and how it runs its cycle. Right? From it is the sign of feast. Right? Come on.
A light that decreaseth in her perfection.
Right?
The month is called after her name.
The month is called after her name. You remember how old folks say, boy, I ain't seen you many moons?
Right.
Moon means month. Moon has a 30-day cycle from going to noon, full, back to new. And it's approximately 30 days in a month. See what I'm saying? That's why if you look on the calendar, you'll see the new moon, the full moon. Right? But this is how our forefathers kept feast and all that. The knowledge of feast is based off the positioning of the moon and all that. So that's how we got into that. You feel me? That's how it's always been. It's just now that, on this side of transgression, on this side of being of Christ or wickedness, now we know it is, well, this is the month it's in. This is August 28th. What you mean it's the first day of the month? Or according to the Lord, it's the first day of this month. And that's what we're talking about. Right? Man can tamper with your perception, but not with what the Most High put up there. Right? All right, come on.
Verse 8 again. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully and changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven, the beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, the ornament giving light in the highest places of the Lord.
There you go right there. So the moon was given for the feast and the declaration of times. Now that we know that, let's get into it, all right? Leviticus, Psalms 104. Psalms 104, real quick. Psalms 104, 19 through 20.
And also, you read Jeremiah 31:35 is when they said they went to the moon in 1968, their Negro problem would have been over. Because in that, Christ says also in that Jeremiah 31, he established the moon forever. When you put an ensign in it or put your flag in there, you're saying, I control the moon now. So all other nations have to so-called come through America before we take a flight up to the moon because it's supposed to be a flag up there. There ain't no flag up there.
Yeah, all that was done in the studio in Hollywood.
It's also written that if they get the opportunity to measure any part to the ordinances.
In that same Jeremiah, right.
That he'll take away the blessings that he's had or the promises that he made to Israel.
No doubt.
Israel don't have to worry about the gates.
Right. All right, let's get that, y'all. Psalm 104, 19 and 20.
He's talking about Jeremiah 31, 35. We may hit that now we got time.
We'll hear it.
But you write it down, Jeremiah 31, verse 35 on down, it talks about the moon is established as well. If those ordinances depart from before him,
that's right.
We can cut off, so we would have been cut off as a people.
Right. They Negro problem would have been done in 1960 something when they put that flight on the moon. If they actually went to the moon and landed on the moon.
Building the submarines is a great history.
They ain't did none of that. All you gotta do is go rewatch the footage. There ain't gonna be no gravity on the moon. Your land is dust particles coming up.
The flag
coming back down, flag waving.
Fake flag.
There ain't gonna be no atmosphere on the moon.
If they landed on the moon when they were walking off the shuttle, who was shooting?
Who was filming?
Who was
Come on, man.
Hollywood Studios.
Film melts at 150 degrees, so it's 500 degrees on the moon. When the sun is on this side, because ain't no ozone layer. Nothing to protect you out there.
From the heat.
You can't go on the beach now and gotta have cocoa butter on it. What do you think you're gonna do out there?